Hi guys, it's Kate here from dudehack.com, and today we're going to find out if you can really tell if someone has been active on Hinge. I can feel your frustration. You sent off a truly magnificent first message. Charming, funny, well-crafted. You waited for the buzz and for the flirty chat to flow, but nothing. You could start to wonder what could be wrong. What if the future love of your life is in trouble? What if she's trapped in a cave or got lost on a walk from the grocery store? Or what if the message you sent just wasn't as good as you thought it was? Whatever it is, you need to know the truth so you can either rush to your love's aid or change up your writing style. So how can you tell if someone's been active on Hinge? Well, I'm gonna be the one to answer this for you. But first, a little reminder, my name is Kate from dudehack.com, a website that is everything online dating. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you check it out. Today, we're gonna do a deep dive into all the little tips, tricks, and hacks that you can use to see if someone has been active on Hinge. And we have some bonus info on membership visibility and ghosting. But just before we jump into that, by the end of this video, you may be questioning if Hinge is right for you. If that is the case, I highly suggest you go and take Dude Hack's free quiz, which is going to tell you which dating app works best for you. Now, let's get into it. The only way to know if someone has been active on Hinge is using the Last Active feature. This is a new feature Hinge has been testing in certain locations throughout 2021. But if you still don't have access to Hinge's Last Active feature, it can be quite tricky to know if a profile has been active or not. There's also no red receipts, so what can you do to tell if a Hinge user is online? Stick around and I'll let you know how you can cheat the system. So what is Hinge Last Active? As I mentioned earlier, Hinge Last Active is a new feature that Hinge is testing in certain locations to help weed out inactive profiles. While swiping, it allows you to view when a user has been last active. It'll show profiles' activity status, so something like active now, active today, or active this week. According to users, not all profiles will have active status, which indicates that the profile has not been active within a week. For now, it seems that this feature is only available on the Explore page while swiping. So if this news leads you to be worried, you can no longer send that "sorry, I haven't been on here in a while" message, then have no fear, your matches won't actually be able to see your active status. Last Active really just seems like a feature to help combat the problem of wasting your 6 precious daily likes on inactive profiles. In my opinion, that can only be a good thing. Can you tell if someone has been active on Hinge without Last Active? As I said earlier, not all users will have access to the Last Active status feature yet. So if that's you, is it possible to tell if the profile you're looking at has been active? Unfortunately, if you don't have access to this feature, there's no real way to see user activity. But don't worry, I've got you covered with a few ways that might help. Can you see their profile? If their profile is still showing up, that's a good sign, right? Well, that depends on one important question. Does Hinge show inactive users? Well, yes and no. Around 75% of users you see on Hinge are what's considered active users. Active users, according to Hinge, are users that have used the app within the last 3 days. Most of the people who show up as top matches will be active profiles. Unfortunately, this does mean that 25% of profiles will be inactive users, which doesn't help at all that much. But inactive profiles could be there for a number of reasons. Forgotten password, lost phone, or just one of those freaks who doesn't check their thousands of messages. But the biggest reason for inactive profiles is people mistakenly thinking that they've already deleted Hinge. So do you show up if you've deleted the app? The answer to this is yes. Unless you've also deleted your account, it's just simply not enough to delete the app off your phone. That will stop you from using the app, but it won't actually get rid of the profile itself. So if you've finally found the love of your life and don't actually need Hinge anymore, make sure you delete your account and not just the app. Alternatively, if you just want to go invisible for a while, keep listening because you'll find out the answer and how to do that in this video. Another way you can tell if someone's been active is ask them. Ask them in a message. Yes, okay, I see this sounds pretty obvious, but obvious is usually a good place to start. If you've been getting on well with someone and suddenly they just stop talking to you, you've got a right to know if you're being ghosted. Don't feel bad about straight up asking, are you ghosting me? With ghosting being a more common thing, a lot more people will just straight up admit it. Some will say, yeah, I'm ghosting you, and you've got your answer. But others might be guilted into giving you a response and responding with something really lame, like an excuse, and again, you've got your answer. Of course, some people will still just ignore you, leaving you no better than when you started, except looking a little more desperate. But don't worry, I have some other suggestions that you may want to try out. Have a look at their profile. This is where you need to pull out your detective skills and have a look at their profile. Have any of their pictures changed? Has their bio been updated? If they have, I'm sorry, but you're probably being ghosted. Now, before I share any more hacks that you can use if someone has been active on Hinge, if you are liking this video so far, we'd love if you could give it a like and even hit that subscribe button for similar content. Can you tell if someone has paused their Hinge? Maybe they're not ghosting you. Maybe they've just paused their account briefly to tell everyone else that they're talking to back off because they've already found the person of their dreams. Anything's possible, right? In this case, unfortunately not. You can't tell if someone's paused their Hinge if you're already talking to them. Pausing Hinge will stop you from showing up to new matches, but still allow you to talk to the old ones. It's basically a way of cooling the brakes if you're just so popular that you can't keep up with all your matches. Can people see if you're a preferred member? People cannot see your membership status, even if they're preferred and you're not. The only way another user would be able to tell your membership status would be if you told them. So there we have it, your kind of answer. But let me share some advice on being ghosted. First off, keep your dignity. Don't do 1,000 texts hoping that you'll finally get a response. Secondly, maybe consider going for a higher age group. Ghosting is a pretty millennial thing, so try sites like eHarmony or even Silver Singles that tend to have a higher age group. And remember, if you think that maybe Hinge just isn't the right app for you, give Dude Hack's quiz a go and see what our magic computer thinks will be best. Oh, and if you really want to step up your online dating game, grab a copy of Dude Hack's ebook. You'll find both links in the description below. And that's all on can you tell if someone has been active on Hinge. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you do want to find more information on dating apps, make sure you check it out in our other videos. Oh, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for similar content. Check back in for regular videos. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.